There's not a subject out there more controversial than exercise, especially when it comes to weight loss and anti-aging. You see all these people in the gyms, you've seen them, I know, doing the aerobics classes, strapped on the back of machines, on treadmills, right? Pounding the pavement when you go through a park. You know, how much good is that really doing? Well, to be honest with you, studies show for weight loss, it's not doing much at all. And for anti-aging, it's actually causing harm. So then what do we do? What is the answer? Well, the answer is short interval, high intensity training, or just high intensity interval training, which we call burst training. It's very simple. Matter of fact, the best part about this type of training, instead of spending hours on a treadmill or in aerobics classes or running around parks, basically you're spending 10 minutes 3 times a week. Pretty hard to believe, but this gets the results, especially for weight loss, and it doesn't age you prematurely. Let me explain why. Look, when you're doing the long distance training, you're building up a lot of oxidative stress that your body has to combat. This actually ages you at the cellular level. And what we've been talking about is that is the key to anti-aging, is fixing the cell, controlling the inflammation and oxidative stress. Long distance endurance type of training actually increases the oxidative stress. The one thing I always teach my doctors and my patients is, look, your body can deal with short-term oxidative stress. Matter of fact, arguably it's very healthy. However, the problem is when oxidative stress goes chronic, now you're aging much faster than you want, believe me. So what do we do about that with exercise? Well, I believe that humans were meant to exercise, but we were meant to exercise in high intensity bursts. It's a survival mechanism, fight or flight. So the bottom line is this: when you're exercising, when you're going long and slow, you're creating oxidative stress. But here's the bigger problem. The hormones that are involved in weight loss and anti-aging actually go in the wrong direction. So for example, when you just get on the treadmill for an hour, you're actually lowering your growth hormone and your testosterone for more than a day, at least 36 hours. Now here's the great news. When you go short bursts, like 30 to 60 seconds, high intense intervals, your growth hormone and your testosterone actually elevate for about 36 hours. The exact opposite. Now, I know what you've been taught. I know if you stay in the fat burning zone, we know, we've all been taught you're going to burn fat. That's better for weight loss and it's good for your heart, right? Well, guess what? Studies show the opposite. Studies show that when you're in the fat burning zone, yeah, you're burning fat, but really what's happening for the next day or two? You're actually losing muscle, which actually lowers your metabolism. It lowers your growth hormone, lowers your testosterone. So guess what? Doesn't work for weight loss. Matter of fact, it works against you. And it actually ages you prematurely. Now let's take the opposite. High intensity training. You know what studies show? It raises your growth hormone, just like I said, for at least 36 hours and your testosterone. The cool thing is that you end up burning fat instead of, matter of fact, when you're doing the exercise for that 30 to 60 seconds, you're burning no fat at all. You're burning stored sugar. But the studies show you burn the opposite for the next 36 hours. So you're literally in a fat burning zone. But as far as anti-aging goes, the short-term oxidative stress and with the elevated testosterone, your body actually benefits from the oxidative stress. So not only are you going to lose more weight, not only does it take less time, but also, guess what? You're actually not aging yourself prematurely. You know what? You can look at all the studies you want, but you know what? Don't take my word for it. Look at a marathon runner or athletes that do endurance training. And by the way, I'm one of them, actually. I love cycling. However, for anti-aging and weight loss, I don't like it. But anyway, so look at a marathon runner or an endurance athlete, then look at a sprinter. Not only do they look different, one carries a lot of muscle naturally, the other has a catabolic look to them where they're literally, eating their own muscle. And also, they're typically fat around the waist. And also, the big thing is, though, look at their skin, look at their hair, look at their eyes. Big difference. Look, bottom line, you want to age slow? Better than that, you want to actually slow down the aging process at the cellular level, raise your growth hormone, and raise your testosterone. This type of exercise does just that. Look, in a minute, I'm actually going to show you something you can do right in your home with a set of $5 dumbbells. But let me explain what to do first. First of all, you want to go about 30 to 60 seconds. You can go a little more than that, but really studies show that, again, about that is you get the maximum benefit. and then you want to rest for 2 or 3 minutes. And you're actually going to do that 2 or 3 to 4 times. Actually, 3 to 4 times is what I recommend. So that takes about 10, 12 minutes total. Better than being on a Stairmaster in an aerobics room for hours, isn't it? And again, studies also show doing it every other day is also great, because the next day you're actually in the fat burning zone still with your hormones in the right direction. So what you want to do is this. You go hard 30 to 60 seconds. How hard is intense? Well, when you're doing the exercise, you'd be breathing heavy, and it's tough to talk to the person next to you. That's how you know you go hard enough, because we want to burn all of our stored sugar, so we burn fat for 2 days and raise that growth hormone, okay? So that's the key. So 30 to 60 seconds, so almost as hard as you can. Rest for 2 or 3 minutes, let your heart rate come back down, and do it again. Do that 3 or 4 times. The best part about this exercise also, you can do it on anything. Let's say a treadmill is not your thing. Don't use a treadmill. Use an elliptical trainer. Let's say that's not your thing. Run upstairs. Very simple. When I go on vacations, travel, if they have stairs, I'm set for burst training. Now, another type of exercise that I love for weight loss and anti-aging is resistive training, lifting weights. Now, what I'm going to show you here in a minute, I'm actually going to take some dumbbells, and I'm going to show you just something that you can do right in your home. You don't have to pay an expensive gym membership. It works. Guys, this type of training works for aging and for weight loss. Now look, you know another benefit to it? Think of the money you're going to save because you don't have to join a gym. So anyways, if you want weight loss and anti-aging, this is the type of exercise you want to do. And you know what? New studies show, by the way, that aerobic training, like we're talking about that long, short, low intensity training, by the way, they're finding out that it's not even that good for your heart. So guess what? This type of training is good for your heart. And one more great thing I want to mention, and we're going to show you here, is that anybody at any age can do this type of training. My children do it. This type of training can be done with someone in their 80s. Guess what? They just get to that high intensity much easier. Maybe it's just walking up the steps, right? So the idea is you just want to breathe heavy, burn your sugar, force your anti-aging hormones in the right direction and your fat-burning hormones in the right direction. So we're going to cut away, come back, we're going to have some dumbbells, and we're going to show you what it looks like. Okay, so here we are, and you see I have some equipment behind me. I want to point this out. First things first, there's a bicycle. You can do this on a bike. Behind me is an elliptical trainer. You can do it on an elliptical trainer. And over here is a treadmill. You can do it on a treadmill. However, earlier I mentioned, look, there's 2 types of exercise I like for anti-aging. And here they are combined in one. It'll save you time. You'll love this. You take a pair of $5 dumbbells like this, and we call them squat thrusts. But watch this. We're going to work all of our muscles, our big muscles, that you need actually to lose weight and age slower. And we're going to do a burst all at the same time. Dumbbells here. You do a squat. Raise it up, push it up, just like this. Guess what? I do this for 60 seconds. You could go longer, and the heavier the dumbbells, the faster the heart rate. And the faster you go, the faster the heart starts beating, and the better it works. Because remember, high intensity. You want to go to where it's difficult to talk. Now, I would have to use a little heavier dumbbells, I think, but you start slow. I almost got it to where I wanted to be, but if I got it right, I wouldn't be able to speak to you. It's that easy. In your anti-aging package, I'm going to have 2 different workout plans. If you're one of those people who love to work out every day, we have a plan for that as well. You want to work just your small muscles on the day off. That way you don't go into that fat, you don't break your fat burning zone on the day rest. See, I'm still having trouble talking a little bit, so that's pretty good. I must have got there. But anyway, so if you do like to work out every day, only the small muscles. Save your big muscles, and the burst training for every other day. That's the best way to exercise, to age slower, and to burn fat. I know that's going to help.